Have you ever sat there and thought, is it possible to kill a monster using only the damage that comes from a Kinsect when it bonks into the monster to get its essence? No? Well, clearly I have way too much time on my hands because I've thought about this. Now, I'm sure you'll be ecstatic to hear that it is actually possible to kill monsters using purely the Kinsect, as I will demonstrate in this video. Before I go ahead and speed up the video, I just wanted to add a little bit of commentary to explain what I'm doing with the build and why. So the biggest problem with this challenge is it's actually quite difficult to increase the Kinsect damage. As far as I can tell, no item, no food skill, nor skills on the armour actually affect the damage. So I was extremely limited in what I could actually do with the build. The only ways that I could find to get a little bit more damage out of the Kinsect was to use the correct element on the monster that I was fighting, and to use an Insect Glaive that has the element boost on it. As I didn't want to waste too many resources on this little challenge, I just made the simplest glaive that I could with the element boost on it, which is the Water Glaive I. It also didn't matter how upgraded the Insect Glaive was because the damage for the Insect Glaive did not affect the damage of the Kinsect. I went with the Carnage Beetle 3 because it is a blunt type of Kinsect. Therefore, if I keep hitting the monster's head, there is a chance that I can get a stun on it, which is just free damage for me. And the Kinsect already had a thunder element on it, and Xeno'jiiva is equally weak to all elements, so I didn't bother changing that. As for the armour, I was going for more utility as opposed to anything useful in terms of damage output. But I am incredibly limited by the jewels I actually have access to, so this is by no means the most useful or optimised build. But making do with what I actually had access to, I was able to get a few useful skills in. So I had the Basil Helm and Coil, with an additional earplug jewel, which gave me maximum earplugs. I was also using the Xeno'jiiva Vem Braces and Greaves, purely because it's the set that I normally run, and I've actually managed to max out the defense on them, so it just gives me a little bit more survivability. Lastly, I've got the Uragan Mail, and I've got the Breaker Charm, both which give me Part Breaker. I've also got 2 KO jewels in the set. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Slugger and the Part Breaker skills actually might affect the Kinsect. It's quite a difficult thing to be able to calculate really, so seeing as I was struggling to find other jewels and skills that would actually be useful for this, I decided just to go with them because I can't really be sure either way. I've also got Defense, Fortitude and Sheathing jewels, but they're not really that important. Other than that, the fight is really simple. It all comes down to minimising the downtime between attacks and trying to aim for the head and arms to try and get flinches and stuns. But anyway, I think that's more than enough explaining. I'm sure you guys get it. It's a very simple concept really. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video from here on out.